Washington Capitals star Alex Ovechkin has tied Wayne Gretzky's NHL career goal record. Ovechkin, 39, entered this season needing 42 goals to break Gretzky's record of 894 career goals, which has stood since 1999. The Washington captain, who scored twice on Friday to tie the record, has 41 goals this season and has 6 games left to get one more and become the NHL's all-time leader. Ovechkin scored 15 times in his first 18 games before suffering a fractured left fibula during a November 18 game against the Utah Hockey Club. He has scored 26 times in 42 games since he returned on deck. 28. This season, he passed Gordie Howe for most goals scored after 30 and set records for game-winning goals, first-period goals and goalies scored against in his career. He moved into second place with 20 consecutive 20-goal seasons and tied the record for most franchises against which he has a hat trick. He became the first player to score 200 goals in 3 different decades. Here's a breakdown of Ovechkin's statistics in the Gretzky chase through April 4. Ovechkin vs. Gretzky. Comparing the two greats. Capitals schedule. How Ovechkin has fared versus remaining teams. How many goals does Alex Ovechkin have? Ovechkin has 894 career goals. How many goals does Alex Ovechkin need to pass Wayne Gretzky? Ovechkin has tied Gretzky's record and needs one more goal to break it. Alex Ovechkin's goals this season. Ovechkin has 41 goals and 27 assists in 60 games, despite missing 16 games with the leg injury. He has played in one less career game than Gretzky. What did Alex Ovechkin do in his last game? Ovechkin scored numbers 893 and record-tying 894 in Friday's 5-3 win against the Chicago Blackhawks. He wristed a shot from the right face-off circle past Spencer Knight in the first period after a nice pass from Dylan Strome. His second goal was on the power play in the third period on a shot from his office in the left face-off circle. Ovechkin didn't want to be on the ice on an empty net situation, so he wouldn't break the record that way. He had a couple chances after Ryan Leonard's empty netter, but Knight stopped him. When is Alex Ovechkin's next game? The Capitals play Sunday, April 6 at the New York Islanders. Ovechkin has 44 goals in 71 career regular season games against the Islanders. Alex Ovechkin vs. Wayne Gretzky stats. Games. Gretzky 1,487, Ovechkin 1,486. Goals. Gretzky 894, Ovechkin 894. Assists. Gretzky 1,963, Ovechkin 724. Points. Gretzky 2,857, Ovechkin 1,618. Alex Ovechkin goals in 2024-25. October 19. 1 vs. New Jersey. October 23. 1 vs. Philadelphia. October 29. 2 vs. NY. Rangers. October 31. 1 vs. Montreal. November 2, 1 vs. Columbus. November 3, 1 vs. Carolina. November 6, 1 vs. Nashville. November 9, 2 vs. St. Louis. November 17, 3 vs. Vegas. November 18, 2 vs. Utah. December 28, 1 vs. Toronto. December 29, 1 vs. Detroit. January 2, 1 vs. Minnesota. January 4, 1 vs. NY. Rangers. January 11, 1 vs. Nashville. January 16, 1 vs. Ottawa. January 23, 1 vs. Seattle. January 30, 1 vs. Ottawa. February 1, 1 vs. Winnipeg. February 4, 1 vs. Florida. February 6, 1 vs. Philadelphia. February 23, 3 vs. Edmonton. February 25, 1 vs. Calgary. March 1, 1 vs. Tampa Bay. March 5, 1 vs. NY. Rangers. March 9, 1 vs. Seattle. March 15, 1 vs. San Jose. March 19, 1 vs. Philadelphia. March 25, 1 vs. Winnipeg. March 30, 1 vs. Buffalo. April 1, 1 vs. Boston. April 2, 1 vs. Carolina. April 4, 2 vs. Chicago.